It's Joe from ExtremeTerrain. In this video, we're going to be going over the Barricade 3-inch bull bar in black, fitting all 16 and newer Tacomas. Now, this is going to be a great option for you if you're looking for budget-friendly off-road styling and stainless steel protection for the front end of your truck. So what do we have going on with this bull bar? First things first, let's talk about what this thing is made out of and what it's finished in. This is made out of 3-inch heavy-duty tubular stainless steel covered in a gloss black powder coat, which is not just there for looks. It basically is going to serve as a second layer of protection over top of that stainless steel. For any reason, if this does get scratched up on the trail, all you're going to be revealing is stainless steel underneath, so this should be looking good and keeping your truck safe for years to come. Now, if the blackout look isn't for you, Barricade does have you covered. Of course, this bull bar is also offered in a polished stainless finish for the chrome fan as well. That is going to cost you a little bit of extra money. This bull bar also features a nice integrated front skid plate. It is a little bit thin, but at the very least, it's going to encourage obstacles to go under rather than into the front of your Tacoma, and it does have holes pre-cut out for a little bit of extra ventilation. Some added functionality here will come on this crossbar in the middle. It does have 2 pre-drilled holes. That's for some extra auxiliary lighting, whether it's a 20-inch light bar, some cube lights. That would be a great way to take the front end of your truck to the next level. If not, the kit does include 2 rubber plugs for you to clean up the looks a little bit. Now, pricing for the kit gonna drop in right about $165. Now, considering the full stainless construction, black finish, I think it matches perfectly with any blackout look on any Tacoma. And comparing this to a full grill guard, which could cost you north of $500, almost $600, I think this is a great return on investment if you're not looking to go the full protection, you're just looking to add some presence and a little bit of protection to the lower front of your truck. This is a great option. Before we move on to the install here, one thing I do want to make a quick note of, and this isn't going to be a fault of the Barricade specifically, but more front end protection in general. If you have any adaptive cruise control, front proximity sensors, this will impede that, but that is going to be the trade-off you make for a little bit of extra front end protection. The install here is going to be relatively simple. There is a little bit of cutting involved on the plastic, but that's going to be really easy to do. It's going to be on the splash guard, and if you want to reinstall the air dam, you're going to need to cut that as well. If not, you can always remove it and run like we have it right here. The install is going to be 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. Should take you most an hour or 2 if you come with the right tools. So without any further ado, let me show you what tools you'll need and how it's done. Tools we use for this install will include a ratchet, 17mm wrench, small extension, socket set ranging from 10mm all the way up to 16mm, and not pictured in this shot, you will need something to trim that plastic, and if you want to install the air dam, you're going to have to trim that as well. You'll need a Dremel tool, body saw, or tin snips at the very least. All right, so the first thing we're gonna need to do here is get this air dam out of the way. In order to do that, we're gonna use a ratchet, small extension, and our 10mm socket. It's held in by a bunch of 10mm bolts. There's 2 behind here, all of these at the front and 2 behind the splitter on the other side. And with all that out of the way, we can go ahead and remove the air dam. So now with the air dam out of the way, you can better see what exactly we're working with here. There's 2 14mm nuts on the outside of each frame rail. We got to get those out of here to make room for our mounting brackets. So now we can grab our mounting bracket. You want to make sure you grab the right side. These are stamped and are side specific. That's going to go around those 2 studs like so. And then we can reinstall those 14mm nuts. All right, so there's one more bit of hardware after those two factory nuts, and it's this really big, long 16mm bolt. The kit includes a big washer and then some regular size flat washers here. You wanna get this set up like that on that end. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna come from behind, feed that through like so to meet up with that hole there. Now you don't wanna push it through just yet. You wanna take another big washer. We're actually gonna use that as a spacer of sorts. And we're gonna catch that on our bolt. And then we can push it through. On this side, we're gonna go with a smaller flat washer, and then we can wrap that up with a 17mm nut. And we're gonna go over to the other side and just repeat that same exact process. We're gonna start by removing our 14mm nuts. And then we can come up in here with our mounting bracket and reinstall. Now, one thing I do want to mention here is you might have to cut away a little bit of the splash guard here. You could easily get that done with a pair of scissors. Even easier would be tin snips, something like that. And also, you could do this job from the top if you really need to. Doesn't take that much to get the grill off, and that opens up a lot of space. And then again, for that extra bolt, we're gonna take that really long 16mm with the big washer and the smaller flat washer. That's gonna come in from the opposite side here. And once you get it in the neighborhood, you can kind of manipulate it to get that big washer in there. And then we can throw on our smaller one. And last but not least, our 17mm nut. So that's the mounting bracket install as far as our truck goes. We have to do a little bit of a bracket install on our actual bull bar as well. And this is gonna be really, really simple. We're gonna take these brackets right here. That's gonna sit on the end of the bull bar just like so, with the bracket part going toward the outside. And then we're gonna take two 13mm bolts and secure that to our bull bar. Now, just like the rest of the stuff on this kit, those holes are slotted, so if you do need any adjustment later on, you could always loosen them up, make the adjustment as needed, and tighten them back down. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side as well. Now all we have to do is bring the bull bar back to the truck and get those two mounting brackets secured together with the 16mm hardware in the kit.
And now we can adjust the bull bar where we want it to sit and tighten down all the hardware.
Guys, that's gonna do it for the install. At this point, if you do wanna reinstall your air dam, you absolutely can. You will need to make a few cuts first, however. The instructions do a great job at explaining exactly where those cuts need to be. But that's gonna do it for my review and install of the Barricade 3-inch bull bar in black, fitting all 16 and newer Tacomas. As always, thank you so much for watching. Keep it right here at Extreme Terrain for all things Tacoma.